Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron 4 Death or Dishonor, playing as the Kingdom of Romania. New recording session for me, and I must say I was very encouraged to see the feedback I was getting from last week's videos. Seems that people are eager to see more Hearts of Iron 4, and you know what? That's good with me because I'm actually having a pretty good time playing this so far. So I like the idea that I get to keep going. We might actually have to make this a more regular part of the channel. I'm not too sure yet, but anyway. In the last video, we conquered Yugoslavia and Greece, and then forced Bulgaria to be our puppet. So now we have two puppets, and pretty much the rest of the Balkans under control, the Albania being the exception, and what is effectively Constantinople, Istanbul, the Bosporus, or whatever it's called. So, yeah. That's something we have to do at some point if we want to say we truly control the entirety of the Balkans, but our primary concern right now is the Soviet Union. We are gathering up all of our troops along the border. The German Reich did take over Poland in the last video, but I'm imagining that the USSR is going to demand Eastern Poland belongs to them, so we're probably about to see a major shift in that, but we will find out. Okay, now before I go too far, let me go ahead and explain one mechanic that I saw some people asking about, namely having to do with puppets and annexation. So there is a feature in the game now where you can manage subjects, and you can see here that there are autonomy points. So right now Bulgaria has 1,506 autonomy points. If they can get 3,000, they will become free and independent once again. If we are able to reduce them down to 0, we annex them. We'd also have to spend a bit of political power, but even so. That is certainly one way of clearing out some of the border gore, and that's what some people were suggesting. Now, the question you have to ask then is there a point to having a puppet? And the answer is yes, there is a valid strategy to having puppets, but there's costs to it as well. So let me give you a quick comparison. We just conquered Yugoslavia and Greece. We took all the land for ourselves, we got access to all of their resources, and we got access to all of their factories, which pretty much means that my production gets to go up for conquering both of them. What I do not get is a lot of manpower. Even though I just conquered millions of people, not very many of them are going to want to join my army, and we can actually see that right here in the Manpower tab. If you look under total manpower of 680,000, you can see 3.5% of eligible core population is available, and only 0.067% of eligible non-core population is available. What is a core population? Basically, your home country. Romania is my core. Yugoslavia and Greece are my non-core, kind of like territories like you'd find in EU4. And of those, I only get 0.067% manpower. So when you conquer large swaths of land, you're not going to get a lot of manpower, just production and equipment. How does this fit in with puppets? Puppets, like Bulgaria, do have cores on all of their lands, which means they get full advantage of all of the manpower of this region, which means they can train up a lot of troops using the population of Bulgaria, far more than I would be able to. But I do not get direct access to their factories, and I have to trade for their resources. So it's a trade-off. Puppets, if you want to field a lot of people in the battle, lots more bodies to throw at your enemy, puppets are actually pretty good. If you're looking for a lot of production, then just go ahead and annex the lands. Now, the one thing I don't really like about puppets that much is I often find their templates, their division templates, to be somewhat unreliable. Now, we can actually see here, this isn't too bad. This is 2 artillery, 7 infantry. They actually have the same sort of template that I do, minus the recon, which isn't half bad. But sometimes you'll find that your puppets create templates that are like, I don't know, 12 combat width, and they just throw themselves at the enemy and leave you vulnerable, and all of a sudden, you thought you had a strong flank, and your enemy comes charging through, and you're screwed, because your puppet was stupidly weak. So that is something you do need to keep in mind with them. In this particular case, they seem alright. Yeah, these guys are the same template as well. This all seems reasonable. So I don't really see a good reason to annex them. Since I am a small nation and manpower is important to me, I think I'll probably let them keep their own autonomy. But I don't want to let them go free, so that's going to be important. King throws a lavish party. We're going to go ahead and spend... Well, hang on. Do I want to spend the political power? You know what? No, we're not quite fascist yet. Okay, I was about to say, maybe we go for, like, war economy first, but we have to be fascist first. Alright, change of the political power. Okay, I was about to say something, but there we go. The USSR occupies eastern Poland. We did expect that to happen, which means now that our front line has extended a little bit, so we do need to be kind of careful about that. But alright. Sure, why not, Soviet Union? Just get stronger on my back door. I'm fine with that. Not even worried. Alright, so the German Reich is at war with the United Kingdom and France. I'm expecting them to attack the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg any minute now. Because what Germany often does is they have a stalemate against France right here in the Rhineland. Because I think France starts with like level 10 forts or something right here. It's almost impossible to break. So what Germany does is says, you know what, screw it, I'll go in the back door. I will conquer the Netherlands and Belgium on the way, and then beeline towards Paris and you will capitulate. And it works very well, unfortunately. So that's what I'm expecting to happen pretty much at any moment. Let's go ahead and get a bit more production through military factories. Those all seem pretty good. Bosnia, sure. Do we want to build some more forts? So we already got a couple, but let's go ahead and reinforce the rest of the borders with the Soviet Union. Just real quick. I don't expect that to be too time-consuming, but we will want to fortify those borders as quick as we can, because I'm expecting things to get very unpleasant soon. Flexible foreign policy is done, which means now we can focus on appointing an Axis-friendly government. Now we have three choices here, three viable options. One, go for King Michael's coup. Get rid of King Carol so I don't have any more of those events for my political power. Okay, not bad. 2, fortify the border so I can build forts a lot faster, which would probably dissuade the Soviet Union from attacking me too much. It's an option. Or go for the Axis and become an ally of Germany, which I suspect is even more of a disincentive for the Soviet Union, so that's what we are going to focus on for the moment. By the way, I'm not going to trade with these guys anymore. I just realized that I don't really want to be trading with the Soviet Union and giving them civilian factories. I'd rather trade with somebody else. Can I trade with Germany? Yes, I can trade with Germany. Let's... Well, hang on. Okay, it hasn't quite calculated yet. There we go. Alright, go to the German Reich. I trade with you. Actually, no, you know what? Not even that. Not even that. Watch. I'm going to trade instead with the United States. And use my convoys, because I have no other practical use. Why the United States? Because I'm thinking in the long term. Remember, I am hoping to eventually switch to the Allies and beat up the Germans. If I can make the United States a bit stronger with more civilian factories, maybe that's even a good thing for me. Maybe, haven't really figured that all out yet, but we're going to give it a shot. Don't really think I'm trading for anything else. No, I'm not importing anything else. Well, that's pretty good. Alright, how are we looking as far as logistics? I am lacking in the medium tank department. We're going to need a lot more of those. Concentrated industry is done. Good. It is August of 1939. Could work on this ahead of time, but we're 0.33 years, so that's a little much. Doctrine is still making progress. Could work on the artillery, which is very tempting. Or we could start upgrading some of our companies. Let's get started on the artillery. Sooner I can start upgrading that and replacing the artillery, probably the better. And if we look at this right here, we still haven't researched rocket artillery. Or sorry, motorized rocket artillery, have we? And maybe I should have done that instead. I could always fix that. Hang on, that's something I actually kind of wanted to build. Let's go back to my... Let's try changing that up. We're going to go to... motorized rocket artillery. There we go. We take a truck, we strap a rocket on it, and then bam! There we go. The reason I'm going to do this is because I want to add this into the template here. So I'm going to want to start training some of these guys up. Let's add in... I don't know if engineers make a ton of sense, honestly, for tank divisions. I kind of expect to always be attacking. Recon, definitely. I'm surprised that I can add an anti-tank. I'm guessing I captured some equipment from Yugoslavia and Greece. Support artillery, maybe. Anti-air isn't a bad idea. Let's just sort of stick with this for now, and start training some more up. So, we'll start with like 4, setting around our capital, and add them here. I want to start creating some tank divisions that I can use a separate general for, and start flanking my opponents. We're going to have to change up this offensive line as well, aren't we? Since things seem to have recalculated just a wee little bit. There you go. That should be alright. I do have to be kind of cautious about Slovakia. If the Soviet Union comes charging through here, I have no forts. That could be dangerous for me, but we will see. Right now, my field marshal is not feeling very optimistic about my chances. Alright, there goes. The Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. The German Reich is killing all of them. That is sort of to be expected. Of course, they are joining the Allies, joining up those wars. That's kind of fun, I suppose. Free military factories. Probably want to start making some of those medium tanks, since we know we are going to need a lot of them. So yeah, let's start making progress on that. Regimental combat teams is done, which means... Oh, and so are advanced machine tools. So... 1939. Engineering. And the artillery. Let's go ahead and start doing all of that now. Again, the sooner I start switching this around, the sooner I'm able to start replacing my artillery with something else. We are lacking a little bit of resources, but otherwise I would say not too bad. We won't trade any of our civilian factories for that quite yet. German Reich is making an immediate push to Paris, and it looks like they've got it. Wow, and that is going to be the end of France. Capitulate? There it goes. Yowzes! Once you take Paris, France is just downright screwed. German Reich just got a heck of a lot more powerful, but that's not ahistorical so far. So, don't read too much into it. This is not completely in the clear for them. Alright, we can keep working down the doctrine and get mechanized defensive. Tanks and armor variants, extra breakthrough, and also, we enable the blitz tactic, which gives us extra movement and damage and stuff like that, countered by elastic defense. Okay. Well, when we get our tanks, this is going to be very powerful. It's a bit of a shame I don't have many tanks yet, but eventually we'll get that. Alright, so it looks like Vichy France gets released. Vichy? Vichy? I think it's like Vichy. Vichy France, a fascist puppet of the German Reich, gets released, and Free France is what remains. South Africa. Who's Nation Française, by the way? I assume it's supposed to be Vichy France, but I'm not too sure. I've never seen a French nation state. The second armistice, and basically the French give up, and the Germans kind of mock them. Got it. Seems fine. The flight of Rudolf Hess. The airship Hindenburg met with a dramatic end today when it exploded over Scotland. No! I thought that the Hindenburg was going to live. Oh well. Can't always get what you want there. Alright, no template currently for the towed anti-air. I guess we could start adding that in here. I don't have a ton of anti-air right now, but we might as well start reinforcing it, I guess. It's going to cost me a tiny bit more manpower and 20 anti-air per division, which is going to add in that little bit of extra piercing value, also some extra defense, breakthrough, hard attack, soft attack, and so on. Lots of stat increases. Small reduction in organization recovery, and an increase in supplies. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start doing that. Probably seems okay, right? Okay, so we do need to consider... Okay, well, first off, I'm completely out of manpower. That's a problem. Once I appoint an Axis-friendly government, which should be soon, I will become mostly fascist. And after that, I should get a referendum relatively soon. And with fascism, I could try going for extra conscription or going for a war economy or something along those lines. That wouldn't be so bad. I don't think I'm ever going to go for the Iron Guard. Effect of partisans on us minus 20%, foreign subversive, blah, blah, blah. But we do lose recruitable population, which I don't think is good. Also, I know that when I switch to Allied, I lose this benefit. So I'm not sure it's worth it. What else would I prefer to go toward, though? Fortifying the borders, probably? Or King Michael's coup so I can save myself some political power. I think we'll go for fortify the borders first. I'm probably going to lose a little bit of political power thanks to King Carol, but we'll do what we can there. Alright, free civilian factories. Let's build some more stuff there, there. Looking for some good infrastructure. There we go. Let's see. What does it tell you exactly that infrastructure does? It tells you that it's good for increasing your supply and movement. But I think that it also is tied to the efficiency you can expect from your factories, too. Oops. Build one right there. Nope, wait, never mind. That's Bulgaria. Build one there, build one there. No. This all seems relatively okay. Yeah. Alright, just need as many military factories as possible, honestly. I need to produce a ton of stuff. I also need the frickin' manpower. That would be nice. Sentinel of the Motherland, 1%. Limited conscription, 2.5%. Now, how does this work in conjunction with the reserve divisions? Reserve divisions, recruitable population factor, 7%. Recruitable population factor, as opposed to just recruitable population. What exactly is the difference between the two? Does it just increase... No, 7% of like 2.5%? That would be deceptive. I have no idea. German interest in Scandinavia. Alright, they're going to start pushing against Denmark and Norway next. New infantry equipment has been researched. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and work toward upgrading the field hospitals. We will replace our factories with new and better infantry equipment. It's going to take a while to get our efficiency back up, I'm afraid, but that's the best I'm able to do at the moment. Let's go ahead and reduce the amount of support equipment that we are currently making. I guess I'll leave these factories here, but we're about to replace that as well. We do need to start trading for some more steel. Let's continue trading with the United States. And I will need a bit more tungsten, so let's do that. There we go. Actually, might have been a little bit more than I wanted. Let's draw that down. There we go. All right, back to -2. Just to maintain maximum value per factory. So, referendum? I mean, fascism's at 54% popularity. We should be getting that any second now. It's kind of random, but sooner or later the people will demand it. Ooh. United Kingdom is trying to siege down Albania. And there goes an upgrade to our artillery. Let's replace this now. Okay, that seems pretty reasonable. Probably going to need a bit more of that. Maybe not. You know what? No, never mind. Might need more of that eventually, but for now, yeah, let's keep focusing on the tanks and such. Research slot is available. We could... Well, let's see. It's almost 1940. Could start working to this a little bit early. The extra 5% research time is pretty substantial. I know I haven't researched radar yet, and I probably should, but... Yeah, there's more important things to be done right now, right? The king embezzles... Again, God, you suck. I don't want to lose factory output, so we're just going to have to lose the political power. And that's motorized rocket artillery for me. Nice. Do we want to improve our infantry weapons? Or start working towards something else? Let's see, 1940. We could upgrade our artillery yet again, since artillery is such a big part of our army. Could start designing some better tanks. Tempting. Support companies upgrade the recon company. So do we care more about 2-company reconnaissance, which helps deal with intelligence, and I think also, does it help with reinforcement rate? I can't remember for sure. We'll look at that in a second. I'm willing to bet that the soft attack is straight up going to be better, so let's do that. Yeah, let's take a quick look at reinforcement, or reconnaissance, I mean. Denmark is gone, okay. Ability to scout ahead and anticipate the enemy, increase the chance that this unit can pick better tactics in battle. Ah, right, it increases the likelihood that the tactics you're developing from your doctrine are going to better counter the opponent. Very important, actually. Probably should be adding recon... Oh, wait, nope. These are the old divisions. In fact, let me change the icon. Spades. That'll be fine. These are the ones I need to transfer over to the Royal Guard. These are the ones we like. So a tiny bit of reconnaissance. Yeah, it's a huge advantage. I mean, as you saw before with the Blitz, it gets counteracted by elastic defense. If you can pull that on your opponents, that's a pretty big deal. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do King Michael's coup. Let's get rid of King Carol. I'm kind of tired of him. He's given us reductions in a lot of stuff, and that sounds pretty good for now, but we're about to switch over to fascism, which means I'm going to lose the benefits of having him as the leader of the country in a minute anyway. So we might as well get rid of the lavish lifestyle and have someone a bit more competent on the throne, figurehead though he may be. It is currently 1940. How much longer do you think it's going to be before the Soviets attack me? Actually, they don't have a lot of troops here right now. That means they're moving somewhere else. Finland? They might be about to attack Finland. That does happen sometimes. Do you still have the officers purged? Yep. Ooh. Minus 20 division organization is pretty substantial. I would love to use that against him. Engineering company has been upgraded. Let's go for the recon, increasing my odds of getting better tactics. Blah, 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 blah. How are we looking as far as some of these tank divisions? We are lacking medium tanks. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Let's go to production. First off, okay, hang on, never mind. We need to trade for a bit more of this. So let's do that. And then let's go to production. Let's add in a line for the motorized rocket artillery. And pull off of support equipment again, just so we can start building up some efficiency on this gradually. There's the referendum. The fascists demand a referendum. The rapidly growing Romanian fascist movement has never claimed they need majority support before they seize power, counting on uniting the nation under their leadership once their rule is established. However, it seems their public support has grown rapidly. Many fascists are now calling Carol II a hypocrite. And they want a referendum. We could spend political power trying to stop them, but it doesn't work very well, and I want to become fascist anyway, so we will allow for a referendum. Skadoosh. Alright, we have now become Legionary Romania. My flag has changed as well. Ion Antonescu, wherever his name is now the leader, which means the cost reduction for everything else has gone away. Do I want war economy, or do I want limited conscription first? Or, sorry, extensive conscription. Well, that would reduce my training time a little bit. Let's go to the war economy, since we know that that's going to be good. It reduces consumer goods, makes it faster for us to build these precious, precious factories. Because I do know I need a bunch of those. We will build one in Bosnia, Dalmatia, but not. Yeah, we'll build one there as well. There as well. This all seems kind of reasonable. In here. And then, I don't know, we've already finished fortifying the borders, right? Yeah, so we should start building some forts pretty soon. We desperately need our manpower. What I want to know is if I go for reserve divisions, does that solve the problem? I mean, if not, I'll just go for extensive conscription. I'm going to have to do that anyway. But I'd like to know exactly what it does. Good news is, once King Michael has taken over, which will happen soon, King Carol's lifestyle goes away. Finland accepts Soviet demands. And the Soviet Union is now justifying on me. Okay, it's starting to happen here. I would like to join your faction. German Reich, let's join the Axis. Finland accepts. So, usually Finland fights, but this time they actually just gave up. So it looks like they are going to be what? Giving up some lands or becoming a puppet? Peace, but at what cost? And we have joined the Axis, now that we are fascist. Okay. But the Soviet Union is currently justifying against me. That's not good at all. We need to cancel some of these factories, because I have not built very many forts. Good news is, fortify the borders is a thing. So, in theory, we'll be able to build these pretty quick. In theory. Let's build a couple along here. Doop-a-doop, doop, doop-a-doop, doop, doop. Cancel this factory as well. I'll let them finish this production, but yeah, please build those factories ASAP. No, German Reich, I have no intention of joining you against the Allies. I'm using you primarily as a defensive pact, not really anything else. Okay, we have a bit of anti-air. Artillery. I'm debating. I think we can afford to go to our army here. Oh crap, I still have some green troops. Okay, hang on. Before I forget, let's go ahead and take some of these guys. Anyone who is currently green, because that means they have a minus 25% modifier. I meant to do this earlier, and I forgot. We're going to move them to their own division real quick, and we're going to start exercising. It's going to use up some infantry equipment and stuff, but they'll get their experience back up there, and once they're trained, we'll move them back over here. In the meantime, let's grab a few of these spades and start transferring them over to the Royal Guard Division. We don't have manpower. Well, we'll get there eventually. I just need a little bit more political power and we'll be okay. Come on, a little bit more. Okay. Extensive conscription. Now this does increase training time, but we have a few 100,000 more manpower to work with, so hopefully that's useful. Let's go ahead and start training up some rocket artillery. I think that if they had had to fight Finland, I would have had at least a few more weeks, if not months. There we go. Soviet Union demands Bessarabia. We cannot expect the Germans to intervene, as their pact with the Russians apparently contained a secret protocol that put us inside the Soviet sphere of interest. I don't believe it. I'm going to say we should resist, and we will not give up our territory without a fight. That is now the plan. Alright, we have manpower coming in. Romania rejects the Soviet demands. The Soviet Union has been concentrating significant forces along its border to Legionary Romania. And today, Moscow issued an ultimatum to the Romanian government calling for the immediate transfer of Bessarabia to its control. The region once belonged to the Russian Empire, which the Soviet Union sees as a sufficient legal basis for their demands. We have refused, and international observers expect the Soviets to cross the border at any moment. We are not done fortifying. Man, I guess I was actually really counting on them having Finland fight them, just to buy me some time. Without that, I'm actually in a lot of trouble right now. Level 1 forts is not good enough. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I do have the Axis on my side. We're starting to build these forts. It goes pretty quick. Doesn't have to take too long. Really shouldn't have worried about some of these forts, is what I'm finding. Sorry, factories is what I'm finding out. I was really expecting a lot more time. So, you'll have to forgive me for the blunder. But, oh well. Let's trade with these guys and try to get a bit more materials. So my efficiency goes up a teeny bit faster. At any moment, we're expecting an attack. King Michael's coup is done. Well, that's something, I guess. Reserve divisions for the manpower. I don't know how much we can expect from that. Gain a unit with 4 medium armor and 4 motorized battalions? That's a template, technically. But the recruitable population might be better. Let's try it. Let's see if this works. Japanese diplomats in Berlin. Okay, so Japan joins the Axis. That makes them a bit stronger. Maybe it gives the Soviet Union a little bit of pause, but I kind of doubt it. They are a little OP. No, Japan, I'm not going to help you. A coup in Romania. Prince Michael has now instigated the coup with the aid of substantial elements of the military. And that does deal with Carol, so we don't have any more hedonistic lifestyle problems. Which I say, hey, great, that's awesome. Why are these guys taking attrition? Want to explain yourself to me? Why are you taking attrition? Oh, wait. These guys are training. Of course. Let's add them back into this division. These guys are almost done training. 1, 2, 3. Add them here. Make sure they get in. 2 more to go. So they won't be green. At least we'll be back up to proper defensive fighting force. And boy, are the Soviets getting ready. Oh my god. That's a lot of men. That is a lot of men. Oh no. Bit of a problem. I'm going to really rely on Germany here. Sort of to be expected, though. We'll see how much longer it takes. Any day now they're going to declare. There goes procurement reform. Okay. And you are now done. Alright, everyone's been trained up. No more green troops. That's good. Did we actually manage to train another tank? Sure think we did. Yeah, sure enough. We actually do have a second tank unit. Huh. I'm going to take both of the tanks. It's only 2, but I'm going to create a new unit and assign a general. You will probably do fine. Better in the hills? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, we'll create a front line, let's say here. And my goal is to push out to here and to here. And that will... no, that's not what I want to do. Goal is to do this. Okay, it's not really drawing the way that I want it to. Hang on. How about this? That will have to do. Okay. Looking for a way that I can punch through the Soviets at least a little bit. There goes Field Hospital. That's good. Probably want to start working on things like military police, maybe maintenance companies. Probably military police so that I'll be able to train up some units that I can use to suppress revolts. Actually, you know what? Maybe I go for the artillery upgrade. Oh, no, wait. Support weapons. Defense. That'll be better right now. Oh, Soviets, what are you going to do to me? I'm just a fragile little boy. Please leave me alone. Let's see if I can upgrade some more of these spades. Something a little bit better. Yeah, I've got enough manpower and stuff. Just trying to get these up to better strength. See if we can get all of these guys upgraded as well. Okay, how are we doing as far as logistics? Used up quite a bit of stuff. We still have a little bit more left. Motorized rocket artillery is stockpiling. I will need to start adding that into my tank divisions gradually, though. Maybe I can go ahead and do that now. That would stop these guys from deploying. We'll wait. We'll wait. Once I got a little bit more. That's some soft attack I really do need, though. Any second now we can expect this to happen. How are we doing as far as construction? We are making some progress. Okay. Getting some forts. Not enough, but this line down here is starting to get reinforced, so we're kind of gradually working our way around. Bessarabia has now been fully reinforced up to 3 forts. It's not good enough, but oh well. The good news is, the Germans, having finished off France, have kind of got their troops all over the place, and they should be able to rapidly deploy here and create a front line to use against the Soviets. And between the two of us, we'll have a better chance. Maybe the Soviet Union will focus so much on my borders that they'll leave themselves open to the Germans. I'm not sure quite yet. Could happen. Could happen one way or the other. We'll find out. I guess I have to end this video now because we're kind of out of time, but it's getting tense. Like, we're just sort of glaring at each other right now. I know that they are going to attack me. It's just a question of exactly when and can I get enough forts built first, but we'll find out. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.